Hello everyone, welcome to another Epic 7 video, Abyss Challenge Mode Lore 3. And in today's episode of Abyss Pain, I was not able to 3-star this in one go, so essentially I have two different teams. One to beat the boss without triggering Outrage, and one to beat the boss without using a Soul Weaver. Both teams are relatively easy to replicate, or they just use units that you should have. Team 1 consists of Vivian, Sigret, Adventurer Ross, and Adin. She doesn't necessarily need to be specially changed. Mine is. You just really are only using her for S3 and the 2-turn defense break, which defense breaking the boss is what triggers Outrage, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna go over their stats and gearing right now. I actually 100% forgot to give Vivian a ring, but it didn't matter. Vivian is literally here for her S3 cleanse, since she can cleanse without, she's like the only person that really can do this, unless you use like Mediator or Calric, and she gives attack up for the entire team. So she will be used in both teams. Then we have our Sigret, who will also be used in both teams. These are her stats. I have her on Jacko's artifact. This isn't necessary. You can use Daydream Joker. However, this helps you in the sense that you don't have to have as intense gear if you have this artifact. It like makes up for the damage that you lack in your gear, so it is probably best in slot, but it is a limited artifact. Even though the Guilty Gear collab did just happen like a month ago, so I would assume you would have at least one copy of this artifact, unless you just got really unlucky. So yeah, this is probably the best in slot artifact, but if you don't have this, just use Daydream Joker. It's perfectly fine. Then we have our Adventurer Ross. Pretty standard, nothing special to him. This is literally all like the freaking gear that I got from that one event that we did. And then we have our Adin, who just has to be faster than your Adventurer Ross. Her damage does not matter at all. She is literally there to break the boss for 2 turns. That is it. That is her only purpose. So if you could put her on Symbol of Unity to increase her chances to hit. I just like the pain of seeing her miss every turn and having to restart. But yeah, that's essentially what she's there for, the defense break. And then for our team 2, we will be replacing Adin and Adventure Ross with Landy and Emilia. Essentially, if you don't have Landy, what are you doing? Everybody should have a Landy. She's so useful. Just have her on Symbol of Unity. These are my Landy stats. She's just there to make it easier to lap the boss. You could really just replace her with any DPS, honestly. That just whatever DPS you have, to be completely honest. If you have like an ML that is probably a higher damage DPS that you have built, you can go for that. Just anybody that can soften the blow so that your Sigret has an easier shot at one-shotting and extincting the boss. And then we have our Soul Weaver that we are using. I just skipped over them to make things a lot easier. Is Emilia. Again, another limited hero, but you can use honestly any Soul Weaver that cleanses. You essentially, even though, yeah, honestly, you could use any Soul Weaver that cleanses. Emilia wasn't even really that impactful, to be honest, but she is probably the best because she can cleanse and grant attack up. So if that boss, because he does have a turn where he will strip your DPS and give them decreased attack. I killed him before he got to that turn, but if he does get to that turn for you, having this S2 on your Emilia does make it a lot easier. She also can grant a barrier, which can also make your units survive a little bit longer. But if you're using Landy, you honestly could probably use any other Soul Weaver, because you will be, with the increased speed, you will be lapping, essentially, that boss. And yeah, that is, gearing wise, that is all you need to really worry about. And I will take you all into the 2 runs that I used in order to beat it. Alright, for this fight, as you can see, he does decrease the attack of your highest attacking DPS, which is why Vivian's there to cleanse, provide immunity, and an attack up. Adin, she provides the 2-turn defense break. Aras, you just S2. Oh, also, my Vivian is on Taga Hells for the souls, because you do want the souls to be able to soul burn. You probably don't need it to be max, but as close as max as possible. I forgot to say that. So yeah, then your Sigret goes, and she extincts. She does that. A lot of damage. That is essentially how that one goes. So yeah, on to the next. Alright, here we have Team 2. This team, to be honest, I don't know. I feel like you could probably... Emilia and Landy are definitely easy to replace, I think. With just a different DPS, and just... I don't even know if you need a Soul Weaver. I will say I did get lucky and got like 2 dual attacks, but I think I still would have done enough damage, regardless. And if not, I would just have to just wait an extra turn before extincting, right? So yeah, you're essentially just like weakening the blow. So that was one of the dual attacks I got. I was pretty lucky. I would say here it's probably better to not even use Jackal's artifact because you're not really relying on debuffs. You are purely relying on damage. So I would say you probably don't need Jackal's artifact, especially for Team 2. But if you do have it, I think it does help. I can't fully crunch the numbers. There's the next dual attack that went on. And then, yeah, this is just like what I mean by with Landy, making it so much easier to just laugh and weaken the boss a decent amount. I was thinking here whether or not to just S1 and then like waiting an extra turn, but I was just like, nah, it's fine. I do enough damage. I'm limit testing here. And I was like, well, time to see, do I do enough damage? And I do. I think I did way over the damage cap. But yeah, that concludes this video. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.